Whew, hot day here in East Tennessee. How y'all doing? John Cocker here to do a review. Yay, I guess. It's something that I picked up at Frontenac Film Festival and was planning on doing a review for it anyways, but Jason from Music Mind 24/7 / Beyond the Realms was like, oh, I hope you review that because I'm interested in it. And I figured there could be quite a few people on here who might be interested in it because I don't think I've ever seen... I've seen people show off the set, but I didn't see anybody review the movie or movies, but I'm just going to do one movie out of it for now. And that is the Lost Super 8 film put out by Camp Motion Pictures, The Basement. Yes, The Basement. It is a, it's an anthology film, and it's shot on Super 8mm. The segment in it are Swimming Pool, Trick or Treat, Zombie Movie, and Home Sweet Home. All those are almost all those are movies already, and that's a big theme in this movie. The person who made The Basement is clearly a movie fan, predominantly horror movie fan, because he rips off a lot of movies in this movie. So first of all, we have the wraparound story. We have 4 strangers who, for no apparent reason, are down in the basement. Right here it says abandoned house by a mysterious entity. Oh, yeah. 4 strangers are summoned to the basement of an abandoned house by a mysterious entity known only as the Sentinel. Boy, doesn't this sound familiar. One after another, they are forced to witness heinous deed they have yet to commit, and which will damn them for eternity. Oh my God. Doesn't that sound so familiar? Yeah, it does. Because it's almost the exact same plot. No, not even almost. The exact same plot as Tales from the Crypt. I believe it was Amicus. Not the show, but the Amicus. I believe it was Amicus. Yeah. Because it wasn't Hammer. It was the other big British company, Amicus. Anthology film Tales from the Crypt that later, would inspire the show Tales from the Crypt. It's the exact same plot. I mean, in that, they're on this tour, and they go down this basement, and they're greeted by this mysterious guy who has each one of them basically tell a story by, like, looking in his eyes. Not only that, you don't know if it's the future, or the past, or it's already happened. You don't know. And this, he says it's the future, but with the twist at the end, yeah, whatever. It's pretty much the exact same movie. So right up there, I started watching this like, whoa, boy, this looks real familiar. And yeah. So first up is this woman, and her story is Swimming Pool. I'll read you the synopsis on the back and try to fill in the gaps. An unfaithful woman disposes of the evidence with a little help from a demonic water spirit. I got none of that from the story. Basically, his wife is clearly a cheating whore. Just putting it out there. Not a very attractive cheating whore, and also. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I blanked out, sorry guys. But, her husband is this douche who's like, oh, you wanna go swimming? And he's, I don't know, he's built like your standard, like, muscle old man. If you ever seen, like, an old man that's got kind of a muscly frame. I don't know. But, he's like, let's go for a dip. And he jumps in the pool, and he's swimming, and she's like, yeah, I'll be in there in a minute. And this thing that looks like, if you've ever seen those water tubes that you float on, the foam water tube things, it looked like they shaved it to have maybe a mouth. I can't really tell. And it attacks him and pulls him in the water and eats him. And basically you can see that right there. And his wife's like, oh my God, it ate him. I'm gonna have to eat everybody else I don't like. So she calls over people one by one and finds one ways to get them in the pool, and then at the end there's a bit of a twist, and by the end of it you don't care. So the swimming pool, yeah, it's not a very good segment. It's not very long, but there's no real plot, and there's no blood, there's no gore. You see the monster one time, and after that it's just some bubbling water when they're supposed to be getting eaten. I didn't enjoy it. If I was going to score it out of 5, I would give it probably a 2. So yeah, swimming pool, not very good. Not even like bad good, just not good, not entertaining at all. I find myself playing on the computer most of the time. The next one is ironically the best one of the whole movie. Trick or Treat. Now let me see if you've ever heard this story before. Classic monsters exact revenge on a bitter man who refuses to honor Halloween. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, wasn't there a Tales from the Dark Side episode that did the same thing? There was. Now this to be fair, this came out in '89, and I don't remember when that Tales from the Dark Side episode came out. I want to say it was before '89, but it's the one Tom Savini directed with the old man and the gremlin looking thing. So basically his wife dies, and he and his wife hated Halloween. And he hates kids in general, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. Excuse me, not kill him, but I'm gonna make him pay. And he does horrible things to him, like dropping like junk in their bag or scaring them or something like that. You know, each kid gets a different thing happen to them, and then all of a sudden these, like he says, classic monsters. There's two of them here. There's like a demon-looking thing here, and then over here you got a mummy, and then a witch shows up and tries to like teach him to respect Halloween, I guess. And well, you know, something happens at the end there. I'm not gonna spoil, but if you've ever seen the Tales from the Dark Side episode, you've seen it. But overall, this wasn't, even though it's a huge ripoff of that episode of Tales from the Dark Side, I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. I thought the makeup effects were fun. There was some silliness in it. There was each one of the classic monsters that they see, you know, all the monsters that show up to his house kill him in various ways. Like I think the demon like rips his guts out and stuff like that, and I think the mummy pulls his tongue out, and you know, that's kind of a spoiler, but Jesus, I mean, this movie's not really worth spoiling, to be honest with you. But overall, that's the best segment in the movie. It's fun, it's goofy, it's entertaining. You know, it's not great. There's a great scene in it where he's in class and he's fantasizing about ways to kill every single one of the kids in his class. It's funny. The next one up is Zombie Movie. Let's see. Cocaine, hookers, and reanimated corpses wreak havoc on the set of an independent film. And right there's the best description of this movie I can give, because this movie, I don't know what the piss this movie is about, to be honest with you. Essentially, you have this director who's a douche, making what appears to be the worst zombie film that ever could be directed, with like rockabilly zombies. And for some apparent reason, when they're partying one night, the real zombies come back to life and attack everybody and kill everybody. Once again, no real gore in this movie, in this segment. Zombies there's pretty decent looking zombies. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like when the zombie attack happens, you're like, what causes? What? I'm so confused. I don't know why this is happening. So yeah, that's a bizarre segment. Trick or Treat, if I was going to rate it a 5, I'd probably give it a 3.5. Zombie Movie, because that's all I really can talk about it, I would probably give it a 2.5 out of 5. And finally, Home Sweet Home. A young man questions his sanity after purchasing a house where torture and mass murder was committed 6 years before. And basically that's the perfect plot. He's like, I want this house. He's kind of a spoiled brat kind of young man, and he gets in this house, and his friends and people start coming over, and things start happening. I won't spoil it, but people, you know, start getting offed, and he doesn't know if there's a demon, if there's this unknown ghost, if there's someone else, is it him? He doesn't know. It's all, you know, until the twist ending. And overall, I thought it was a pretty cool segment too. There's some really good gore effects in this one. It's the best gore effects in the whole movie. There's not really else to say about it other than the gore effects. And then at the end, I give that one about a 3 out of 5. And at the very end of it, you discover the big twist ending with them in the basement, and I'm sure you can figure out what the twist is, or if you've ever seen the Tales from the Dark Side movie. So yeah, that's The Basement. This cover has nothing to do with the actual movie. They just slapped that on there, and overall, it's a tough movie to talk about because I haven't really like pinpointed exactly how I feel about it. Like, it's a bad movie, but I went into it knowing it was going to be a bad movie because that's what Camp Motion Picture does. You know, they put out, you know, Splatter Farm, Video Violence, Campbell Camp Out, which are both on this set. Splatter, like I said, Splatter Farm. Oh, what else they put out? Killing Spree. They put out a lot of just like shot on VHS crap. And this was shot on Super 8, so there comes our first thing. This is not the first amount of time I've ever seen a Super 8 movie. You know, I love Dead Next Door. I absolutely adore that movie. But, you know, there's no sound on Super 8, so they have to dub it somehow. And the dubbing on this movie is atrocious. Not just bad, but really bad. Like, the dubbing on Dead Next Door is bad. It's not very good. But, man, this is ridiculously piss poor. I could not believe it. And I don't know, maybe I should have done some research behind this movie, you know, like how it became to existence. Because it feels like they did the dub just like 2 weeks before they put the DVD out. Like, I can't imagine this was the dub that was on it. Because none of the voices really match the characters they're playing, and it's just ridiculously vulgar. Like, they drop, like, in vulgar, cuss words don't bother me, of course, but when they're out of place, like, they're just saying it to be vulgar, you're like, there's no way that was a part of this. And, I don't know, man. And the fact that half the segments feel like rip-offs of other movies, or, you know, the wraparound is clearly a rip-off of another movie. It's, I really, God's honestly, don't think I can recommend buying this set for this movie. You know, if you're wanting this set just for the basement, then I hope you're just a really big fan of the artwork and the fact that it comes in a big box VHS. Because you're not getting a great movie here. You're not getting a fun of a movie. Like I said, Trick or Treat and Home Sweet Home are both fun segments, and I wish that like there was like just 2 other ones that matched it, because it would have made up for the rest of it. Because those 2 I actually sat there and watched and really enjoyed, but Zombie Movie and Swimming Pool, man, I just could not keep my attention. I just kept like, I'd watch it and I'd look over and start playing on the computer. I'd watch a little more and then look over and play on the computer. Just because I could not get into it, man. Especially a Zombie Movie. I did not understand what the frick was going on. And like I said, I knew it was going to be bad. I bought it because I like bad movies. But this was bad in a way where I didn't really enjoy it. So I guess if I was rating it out of 5, I'd give it, for the 2 segments, I'll give it a 3. I thought they were enough to justify at least watching this, you know. And I'm sure some people are going to watch this movie and love it and have a lot of fun with it and cool, but I just wasn't one of them. On the other hand, though, the reason you should pick up this set is because not only does it come in an awesome big box VHS, which I showed off in my videos, and if I crank this thing over, it's right there, sitting on my shelf, nice and proudly. But you also get Cannibal Campout, Video Violence 2, and Captains. And if you can pick this up for a good price, it's well worth it. Because just for Cannibal Campout and the box that it comes in and the VHS, it's worth it. Because Cannibal Campout's a fun movie, very fun movie. Yeah, The Basement, I just can't put it over. You know, but oh well. It'd probably be one of those movies that I'll bring over to a friend's house and we trash it the whole time. But it's still one of those that I would be afraid to do that because I'm afraid all my friends will fall asleep during some of the segments because it gets kind of old. But there you have it. Hopefully that was informative to everybody who might be looking into picking up the set. I'd say go for it. I'm saying if you like bad movies and you're into novelty packaging, like The Basement has with the VHS and the big box and the 5 movies, but unfortunately they did 5 movies on 3 discs, which I'm not a big fan of. I was hoping they kind of have their own individual disc, but I haven't seen Captives yet. I'm looking forward to watching it. And then Video Violence 1 and 2 are classics, as is Cannibal Campout. So yeah, if you're interested at all, pick it up if you can get it for a good price. I got mine for $20, and I don't regret paying $20 at all for it because it's awesome. So yeah, there you have it. That's The Basement, guys. Again, hope I helped everybody out. I'll be doing another video here soon that was requested by Aaron McKee. It's of my favorite animes. So I'll be doing that here soon. And the next week we'll be back with Matt Reviews. 4th of July weekend just kind of ran over and we didn't get time to watch a movie. So yeah, we'll be doing Matt Reviews next week for sure. And like I said, my favorite anime series will be coming up. And there you have it, guys. Enjoy your all's weekend or whenever this gets put up. Enjoy your week or weekend, whenever this gets put up. And I'll see y'all later.